Today I chose Element 27, Using Physical Movement. I'm constantly reminded of the need for physical movement in my class, especially when I'm sitting in a conference out of school. And I look forward to getting up and going to the bathroom or getting up and going to lunch. It is boring to sit there all day and take notes and be talked at. And I constantly find myself thinking, is this what my students feel? Do they feel like they're being talked to death? And being up and being able to move, even if it's just a little bit, can help refocus me. But today with Element 27, I'd like to talk about two or three more strategies that are a little more constructive than just getting up and using the bathroom. So using physical movement in your class helps keep students engaged. It keeps the energy up. It keeps them from falling asleep or dozing off in the back of the class. It can help keep your students focused by breaking up the time. If students know that there's a brain break between activities, that can help keep them engaged and working and focused to the next target. This is especially good for students with ADHD that feel the need to get up and move around without disrupting the class. If they know that there is a brain break coming, hopefully they can save up a little bit of their movement for then, and they won't feel like they're different from the class by having to get up and nervously move around or feel like they're going to get in trouble for moving around. The first strategy I'd like to talk about is stand up and stretch, also known as a brain break. You could use a smartboard designated product to help time this, and I usually like to use the timer feature that's already loaded into my smart notebook. You just drag it over from the gallery, set it for as much time as you want. You can even adjust the settings and change the sound. I like Bell 2, and so let me show you how this works. I'll just set it for a couple seconds. So you tell students, okay, you have 30 seconds to get up, move around, walk around, get a Kleenex, sharpen your pencil, and when you hear the bell, you come back to your seat. So it would sound something like this. Or you could pick a different bell that sounds like this. Whatever it is, it's that so students know that's your transition. Students should be able to be good at hearing that bell, moving back, putting whatever it is they took out away, and getting ready to focus on the next activity. So it's important to schedule your breaks before an important activity so that students are fresh and ready to go. The other kind of stand up and stretch activity came from a friend in Minnesota who we went to college together, and this is something that she uses for her students. They're at an elementary level, but that doesn't mean it can't be used for anyone else. So, oh, we're gonna get an advertisement here. So what this is they call it yoga for kids, but it's a little bit of dance and a little bit of yoga. So let's preview that a little bit.
Brain Breaks from the multi-award. So we can be our best. Rev it up to activate. Bring it down to negotiate.
So a catchy song and a little bit of movement is going to help your kids get back to focusing on what's important in class and help them move to their next activity. Another strategy I'd like to share with you is called the corners activity. The class is organized into 4 groups and a different question is placed in each corner. Technology can be integrated with the corners activity by using a team maker or any kind of random name generator to help put the students into groups, and they can use technology again to turn their work in on Google Classroom. If there's a designated recorder, that person can be the one who turns it in, or they can turn it in individually. Corners is something that I've tried to do in a high school setting, but it can be a little bit challenging because even dividing my larger classes into 4 groups still has 6 or 7 students in each corner. So if I feel that I need students up and moving around, but still working on content, I usually choose something that I like to call an around the world. So you're looking at one of my questions here. After I would print out this multiple choice question, I would write like A goes to 7, B goes to 3, C goes to 12, D goes to 3. And students would be routed through each station, so they're up moving around. Sometimes I even place the stations out in the hallway, and they just go through these questions. This is my chapter 8 review, and they're recording them on this sheet so I can see which questions are going to, and they can check in with me at any time. And so that's my way of getting students up and moving around, but at the same time focusing on their work. So for a quick technology recap, for Stand Up and Stretch, you can choose a YouTube video to show on the interactive whiteboard. I chose a more dancey song one to show you, but there are even ones that lead students through a full body meditation. You could also use the embedded smartboard timer that I showed you with the sound that helps cue students to transition. And for corners, you can use your random name generator on your smartboard or Team Maker, and the students can turn in their work on the class site. Have fun with movement in your class.